Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with me, your host, Ralf Friedrichs. Today my topic is 20 things you'll notice when you're not drinking. It's been a few days, maybe 4 or 5 days since my last video because I did take a vacation with my wife and we took a trip to upstate, to the area and the town and the area where I went to college back in 1979 when I played soccer for Sullivan County Community College. It is the area where I made that commitment, that decision, that big jump, that leap into a whole new world when I joined the United States Marine Corps. My recruiter was from Monticello, New York. We went past the recruiting building and it's still there. My wife and I, we stayed in Middletown, we did some shopping, we did some sightseeing. It was quite pleasant, and here we are back again. This weekend on Sunday we will be taking our grandkids to Dorney Park, and of course now the school starts again. Fall is coming, Christmas is coming. Usually every year my father has been coming up here for 2 weeks for Christmas, and this year I decided to make that trip and go down to him. He was going to fly this year, and I said, why not spend a whole week with him? Let me help him around the house, let me do things with him. So I'm going to fly down to Myrtle Beach and spend a week with him. But enough of that. Let's get right into 20 things you'll notice when you're not drinking. I want to give a shout out to Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-485-2741. 516-485-2741. That's Larry Geis from the Geis Academy. You can find him on odysseyconsultant.org. When you Google him, Larry is an addiction recovery coach. He's a life coach. He is someone like me. The difference is he has about 30 years experience, more than me. If you have addiction issues, you have life issues, self-esteem issues, give him a call at 516-485-2741. When you speak to Larry, you tell him that you heard about him on the Take Your Life Back Today show with me, Ralf Friedrichs. Folks, globalayeglasses.com, they are focused on saving you money. Let Global Eyeglasses help you with your glasses. They have over 1,200 frames to choose from. These frames are either metal, plastic, semi-rimless, or totally rimless. They also have all lenses that any brick and mortar store has, such as progressives, transitions, photochromatic, polarized, line bifocals, whether they're flat line or round line, UV coating, anti-reflecting coating, thinner lenses, shatterproof lenses. This is all available at www.globalayeglasses.com. Folks, as you all know, over 200 people I've helped. I have over 30 years experience in the optometry business. So if you need help picking your glasses, if you need help picking the right lenses, like so many people have done before, even on my vacation I helped a lady for about a half an hour over the phone. Give me a call at 631-599-0218 or 844-405-HELP, and I will help get your order placed. I will help pick the right frame, the right lenses, the right coloring, the right coatings. But you need to make that move. Go to www.globalayeglasses.com or call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help save you money through Global Eyeglasses. 20 things you'll notice when you're not drinking, folks. For years, this is now a little bio. For years I loved drinking my way through the holidays especially. I just brought up the holidays now. We are in the fall. So for many, many years, my holidays consist of, wow, I get to get drunk. I loved how liquor with a big bow on it could change the trajectory of any awkward gathering. How that bottle can make all of us, friends, bosses, colleagues, only halfway light up inside like a Christmas tree and all get along. But as I grew older, I began noticing that it's harder to shake off a hangover, and what started off with 2 shots of vodka turned into 5, turned into 15, which turned into an email the next day that began, I am so sorry about last night. What had once been a fun excuse to cut loose began to feel more like a need. I loved losing myself in alcohol, but I was starting to lose myself, period, and I needed to take my life back. Why your favorite drink may make you tipsier than you expect. And so I quit drinking It isn't easy to avoid alcohol during the holidays, but it's become easier each and every day in my sobriety. Sometimes I feel like Santa Claus himself wants nothing but to sit me on his lap and pour tequila down my throat, or in my case, my vice was vodka. Not drinking, however, awakened me to so much more than I'd ever seen before. I started noticing things that flew right past me in the old days, and I started enjoying what was around me, the people, the scenery, just anything around me I started to enjoy. Among some of my observations were these 20 things that I have noticed when I wasn't drinking. Number one, people aren't attractive when they drink a lot. I've noticed that. I never realized how much of a fool I must have sounded like. But now, when I look at other people when they're drunk, I say to myself, that used to be me. It isn't easy to avoid, This is particularly bittersweet, of course, since most of us drink to feel prettier. So how is it that when we drink to feel prettier, we look so ugly? The smeared eyeliner on the ladies, the teeth stained red wine purple on both, the staggering to the bathroom. Even the most devastating, men or women at the party, looks bad falling off any bar stool. Number two, not drinking is the best diet in the world, and when you stop drinking, people will not shut up about how good you look in your jeans. Number three, it's very easy to tuck your shirt into your underpants accidentally when you are drunk. And I noticed that I never, ever do that sober, ironically. How many of you folks have done that? I've seen many of people, including myself, do that. And four, the peer pressure when you think will exist if you stop drinking. It really doesn't. What you realize is that most people don't care. They can't tell whether the glass of sparkling water with lime is actually vodka, tonic, or whether your Diet Coke has rum in it. Folks, I just recently went to a wedding a couple weeks ago. Many of you have probably seen the picture on Facebook, on Twitter, where I'm standing with my wife. And what do I have in my hand? A little glass of lemonade. However, that little glass of lemonade could be taken by some people as possibly vodka mixed with tonic. But I assure you it wasn't. Number five, people who do pay attention to what's in your glass are genuine people with alcohol issues themselves. Number six, I don't think I'll ever find a faster, better way to relax than having a glass of red wine. Then again, I don't think I'll ever again have the effortless blonde hair that I had as a toddler. Oh well, being a grown-up is hard. Listen to this. I don't think I'll ever find a faster, better way to relax than having a glass of wine. That was the old. Maybe you. In my case, it was vodka. That was my way of relaxing. But as surely as I look at my hair now, receding, I know I don't have the blonde hair I had as a child. That is all part of the growing up. That is sobriety. You need to put that vodka aside and say there are other things in life that relax me, such as traveling with your husband, your wife, like I did with my wife during the weekend. Number seven, it's surprisingly easy to talk to people when not drinking. I used to fret that without liquid courage, I wouldn't be clever and charming at holiday parties. What would I say? How would I make people laugh? Sober, I managed well, actually. Number eight, conversations without alcohol can be astonishing. Without the distraction and the numbness of 2 cocktails, I found that when friends told me their secrets, I remembered them. And I remembered also that they were secrets and they were not to be discussed by 2 other people. Number 9. Yet, after about 3 drinks, people don't listen so well. I used to imagine myself to be an empathetic listener, the party's own Oprah, if you will. But when I talk to someone who's a quarter dozen into drinking, whether it being beer or vodka, I usually find that he is interruptible, combative, brash, the party's own Geraldo Rivera. No insult to Geraldo. Number 10. Related drunk people talk much louder than they need to, and their jokes are not as nearly as funny as they think. Number 11. I've noticed how easy it is to leave. I have no guilt about driving home or unattaching myself if I am bored or tired or have to work the next day. Instead of staying until the bottles have all been drained and suggesting that we make a beer run for more, I just get up and I leave. Number 12, the infamous stress of the holidays. Do you have that, folks? The presents you have to buy, the people you must see, becomes more manageable when you're not nursing a hangover, when you're not worrying about it. Do you need money for your drinks? Number 13, not drinking is also an amazing way to wake up not being broke, to have that extra dollar in your pocket. A nice dinner without alcohol is like having an invisible half-off coupon to the world's greatest restaurants. You will be shocked and delighted when the bill arrives, like every meal was secretly sponsored for you by Groupon. Number 14, when you are sober, you see the utter clarity which friends you feel comfortable around and which ones make you itch for an open bar. It's a fascinating litmus test. It really works. Number 15, if you're single, dating without alcohol is tricky because it basically eliminates the easiest default activity in the entire dating manual. Let's get a drink, but when you're sober, you notice that the bars are often quite boring. Everyone's just sitting in one place, drinking, probably with their head in their hand, probably yapping like a bunch of schoolgirls. Number 16, when you're not drinking, it becomes obvious pretty quickly whether or not you have chemistry with someone else. This was not true when I was drinking because after 2 glasses of wine, I had chemistry with any woman at the bar. Of course, I'm speaking during my single years. And after a bottle, I had chemistry with the ceiling fan. All jokes, besides. Number 17, if your date drinks too much, it's almost impossible to find her attractive or hot. A gal slurring her words is like a universe waving a red flag. Do not go home with this woman. Number 18, back when I was drinking, it was the loud women who drew all my attention. I was too blitzed to see that the quiet girls in the corner who were comfortable in their own skin, they were worth trying to get to know. Number 19, dating sans alcohol forces you to answer the central questions of romance. Not, does she like me? But, do I like her? I see how rare it is to have true connection with a gal who likes you and for whom you like back. And I realize how important it is not to sabotage those connections. Number 20, getting through the holidays sober can be a challenge, but you know what? On January 1st, why don't you quit drinking? And why don't you make that commitment? If it's not today, in September, make January 1st the start of a new year, the start of a new life, and the start of a new you. These are the 20 things that I have noticed when I wasn't drinking. Let's do a recap. Number 1, people aren't attractive when they drink a lot. Walk into a bar sober, folks. Just get up after this video and walk into a bar. Take a look around. You'll notice the ones that are either semi-drunk or drunk because they are not attractive. Number 2, not drinking is one of the best diets in the world, unless you're like me, because I substituted with cakes and cookies and candy and I needed to control that somewhat. But it is a great diet. Number 3, it is very easy to tuck your shirt into your underpants when you are drunk, but when you're sober, this never happens. It is so embarrassing when you come out of the bathroom at Applebee's after being out with your friends and your shirt is tucked in your underpants. Number 4, the peer pressure you think will exist if you stop drinking. It really doesn't. Because it doesn't. You are in control of yourself, your own life, and you are the captain of your own ship. Number 5, People who do pay attention to what's in your glass are usually the ones that have the alcohol issues, and they're the ones that second guessing your commitment to sobriety and your commitment to recovery. Number 6, I don't think I'll ever find a faster, better way to relax than having a glass of red wine. I don't think I have my blonde hair anymore. This is all part of growing up, because you will find there is a better way to relax than with a glass of red wine or a glass of vodka. Number 7, it's surprisingly easy to talk to people without drinking. You'll remember what you're saying. You'll remember what they are saying. Number 8, conversations with alcohol can be astonishing without the distraction and numbness of any cocktails in your blood system. Number 9, yet after about 3 drinks, people don't listen so well. I used to imagine myself to be the empathetic listener. When you start drinking and you've hit that 2, 3, 4 mark, your listening ears become just stationary pieces attached to your head. Number 10, related. Drunk people talk much louder than they need to because they feel or they don't see that they're screaming. Number 11. I've noticed how easy it is to leave. I have no guilt about getting up and just leaving. Getting behind the wheel, driving, not worrying about a DWI. Number 12. The infamous stress of holidays, the presents you have to buy, the people you must see, becomes more manageable when you are not nursing a hangover. Number 13. It is great not to be drinking or doing drugs because your wallet, your purse, your bank account become heavier, thicker, fuller. Number 14, when you're sober, you see the utter clarity which friends you feel comfortable around and which ones make you want to drink more often. Pick and choose the people around you. And when you're sober, you get to do that. Don't just hang around with people because they either drink or you think they're cool. Hang around with the people that are like you. Number 15, dating without alcohol is tricky because it basically eliminates the easiest default activity in the entire dating manual. Let's get a drink. Instead, just say, let's take a walk. Let's see a movie. It does not have to be let's get a drink. Number 16, when you're not drinking, it becomes obvious pretty quickly whether or not you have chemistry with someone. That is very clear because you don't have that wall of intoxication. Number 17, if your date drinks too much, it's almost impossible to find her hot or him hot. Because it is not an attractive thing to watch someone just drink, drink, drink. Number 18, back when I drank, it was loud, extroverted women who drew all my attention, not that one peaceful girl sitting in the corner who had her life together. Number 19, dating sans alcohol forces you to answer the central question of romance. Not the question of does she like me, but do I like her? And last but not least, number 20, getting through the holidays sober can be a challenge, but you know what? On January 1st, you need to make that decision. Will January 1st, if it's not today, will January 1st be the beginning of a new you, a new year, and a new life? Better yet, make it today, right during this video. Drop that denial. Break that wall of denial down that has been holding you back, because if you are drinking too much and doing drugs, it is now, while you're still breathing, the time to make that decision to drop all that. Reach to your higher power. Have your higher power take control. Have your higher power guide and direct you. Folks, I am in the age group at 53 where I'm starting to notice, not a lot, but some of my friends that I grew up with either dying naturally, dying due to alcoholism, drug addiction, but they are dying, and it is now the time for you to start making changes in your life. Ask yourself this question: do you want to live for another day? Do you want to be here for your children? Do you want to be here for your spouse? If you want to dwell your life away or just let your life disappear, keep drinking, keep doing those drugs, and I guarantee you, your life will come to an end quicker than if you gave up the drinking and the drugs and you started living your life in a better way. It is never too never too late to change your life, because as long as you're watching me right now, you're breathing, you still have a chance for change. And even if you only change for the next year, the next 10 years, the thing is to change. Change for yourself, for your children, for your spouse. Remember, if you start thinking positive in your head, around you, everything will start showing positive results. Hang around with the positive people. Surround yourself with a whole new group of people that are positive. The ones that are negative will tear you into the negative world. Teach your children to say no to drugs and alcohol from day one. If you want your children not to drink, not to smoke and use profanity, you need to put an end to your own addiction or consumption of alcohol, addiction to cigarettes, and that filthy mouth, and stop the profanity. You need to stop all that in front of them, because the children look at you as their role model, their hero. Folks, let today be the first day of your new life. Remember that all changes in life happen with very small steps, and you might not see these changes right away, but they are going to show. But you need to put a little work into the changes in your life. Start changes with your alcohol consumption, your drug addiction, your relationships, your self-esteem. Start making the changes today. I hope to God, no matter where you are watching me, whether it's in your living room, your kitchen, a homeless shelter, a jail, a rehab center, I hope wherever you're watching me, you have the best day of your life. But more importantly, I hope, and I always pray, that no matter where you're watching me, that you have a sober rest of your life. And may God bless you.